to Kenny Park in Athenry for the first of the Brooks Senior Hurling Championship quarterfinals, and my God, we were given yellow weather warnings this morning. We thought, mightn't be too bad, but in the last half an hour or so, just as the two teams have come out on the field, the weather has certainly deteriorated here in Kenny Park in Athenry. Sheeting rain, difficult breeze as well as both teams go through their warm-ups here. Delighted to be joined in co-commentary by Andy Cohen. And Andy, first of all, it seems like a different year when this championship started, when the ball was hot and the dust was rising. We're still only in early October, but it's just a pity that this weather has come, isn't it?
Yeah, looking at the same weather forecast now during the week, it said Cork and Kerry for that warning, and I thought, we might be lucky for here in South Galway or in the central of Galway, but yeah, it's just a pity. It kind of changes the whole dynamic for both teams now, kind of heading into this game where the waiting is over, but now the weather is playing a massive factor in that. So it changes your approach as a player. It obviously changes your approach as a management. You're way more cagier now in these conditions, and it's really toss of a coin stuff now.
All right, let's start with the two teams then. The first team that we look at is the Tommy Larkins team, who are in their traditional red jerseys and the black togs. The Tommy Larkins team is as follows. In goal is Éanna Murphy, a full back line of 2 Conor Nevin, 3 Cathal Toohey and 4 Owen Nevin. Half back line of 5 Cian Daniels, 6 Kevin McHugo and 7 Colin Flynn. Midfield partnership of Adrian Moran at 8 and Conor Henley at 9. Half forward line is 10 David Hickey, Ronan Murphy is the captain at centre forward and Conor Gardner. And the inside line is Cian Duggan, Jason Flynn and Conor Slattery. That's the Tommy Larkins team then that are taking part today. The toss is just taking place with Conor Quinlan the referee. Evan Island is the Clarinbridge captain, and the toss just taking place there now, and we'll wait to see who has won that. Evan Island and the referee just talking there, but you know what we'll do? We'll give you the Clarinbridge team while that's happening. The Clarinbridge have won the toss, and they're playing seemingly towards the scoreboard end, which might be maybe into the breeze, but we'll discuss that with Andy in a second. Clarinbridge team then is Aaron Bindon is in goal, a full back line of Sean Murphy, Oisin Salmon and Christy Bannon. Half back line of Dylan Dunn, TJ Brennan and Conor Lee. Midfield partnership is Sean Kilduff and Cian Donoghue. Half forward line of Liam Lean, Gavin Lee and David Lee, and the inside line is Mark Kennedy, Evan Island the captain as we said, and Josh Ryan is top of the left. Again with both teams we may be position switches, maybe the likes of TJ Brennan starting at full back, but the conditions, breeze, Andy, is kind of coming into us possibly, and maybe then heading down towards the road end.
It's coming from the kind of the motorway direction towards Athenry here and heading towards the town side. So yeah, it's kind of from as we're looking out our position here towards the right corner. But look at big bear now, and obviously it's conditions are slippy as well with the rain, and the wind is something that the likes of Evan Island now and the free takers are going to have to take into consideration.
What is the platform for both these teams? Because this, would you believe, is the fourth meeting in 4 years between these two teams. Two of them have come at this same stage in the 2022 quarter-final, the 2021 quarter-final. Last year's meeting was, I think, in the final group game. But every single one of those games have been won by Clarinbridge. They're going for 4 in a row of victories over Tommy Larkins. You would imagine that Larkins will have that in their sights. They
will, and they'll have to Larkins will have to say to themselves that that's in the past. It's not relevant for this year, and back themselves based on their own form from the group stages. And they've had their month off now, Tommy, so it's now is the time for them as well. Tommy's considering the talent that they do have, so they're aiming for a good start. They're aiming to forget the conditions, just be steady, get your hand on the ball, get through a couple of phases, work a few scores, and just let 5-10 minutes of the game pass, get into it, and they have a good chance from there then, definitely.
That month off for the table toppers, i.e. Tommy Larkins versus Clarinbridge having the game 2 weeks ago, does that come into play now?
It does and it doesn't. Look, if Tommies don't perform, they'll say it was too long. If they do, it was ideal.
It's an excuse if you want it.
If you want it, exactly. If Clarinbridge don't perform, or they didn't have a lot of time to recover from the preliminary quarterfinal. So it's a new day, it's a new round, and it obviously it's the same as the last one. It's total knockout. So look, at both teams just have to forget the last 2 weeks, last 4 weeks, and get settled and get going.
Certainly will. And I suppose for the two teams as well, I mean, the prize is huge. It's a semi-final appearance in the Galway Championship. For both these teams, they've been kind of knocking around that. If Clarinbridge want to get into their third semi in 4 years, this is their 6th quarter-final in 10 years. Tommy Larkins is their 5th county quarter-final appearance in the last 10 years. Their aim is to get into their first semi-final though since the 80s, so there's a big prize here.
There is, and it's for both teams. It's the progression upwards for both teams. Like I said, Clarinbridge have had that experience over the last 5 to 6 years with this kind of group. Evan Island's we'll say age, and that team, TJ Brennan, who are all still very, very young, very mid to early 20s, it has to be said. And for Tommy Larkins, like you said as well, is the early 80s, their last semi-final appearance, and for the last 10-12 years has been kind of where they've stumbled a little bit, where they've got that, and they've had the opportunities in those quarterfinals to progress to semi-finals. So the time is here now for both teams.
If you don't believe us, watching us or listening to us, that there's no breeze, you can hear it in the mic effects here, that there's a strong breeze, the rain is sheeting down. Before the game now, we're going to have a minute silence for the late Annette Porter of Clarinbridge, who passed away just coming into the weekend. The Clarinbridge game is off in the Intermediate Championship, as we know, but she has also two nephews, Keith Dervin and Joe Dervin, that are part of the Tommy Larkins squad today. So we take the minute silence now for Annette Porter. So that minute of silence is over, and we send our sympathy then to the Porter family in Clarinbridge. As I say, it certainly puts everything into place. Our referee then this afternoon is Conor Quinlan. The two linesmen are David Earls on this side of the field, and the far side of the field is Paul Fahey. The teams heading in then to the dugouts, the subs and the management, who have already got pretty wet, I'd say, but the conditions will be brave now by the two teams. Middle of the field, it's one of the few games that we've done for quite a while where it's 1 to 15 on both teams, Andy. So far the two midfields I think are 8 and 9 on each other, so luckily there doesn't seem to be managed games.
Easier for reading, yeah, so far anyway.
Yeah, TJ Brennan has gone into full back, as I say that. Dylan Dunn is starting at 6 for Clarinbridge. Ball is in, game is underway. Larkins I should say, probably have breeze advantage in this opening half as the first ball goes in, and Conor Slattery does awful well to catch that ahead of TJ Brennan, striking in well towards the goal, and a super score there by Conor Slattery. Young minor star from a few years ago has had injury concerns. I think he did the dreaded cruise hit. Great start for Larkins.
Super settler score there now, Sean. Definitely great catch by Duggan, and up and over the bar.
So then the ball breaks. It's the Tommy Larkins men that are on it. One back though by Clarinbridge. Stalemate situation on the 40 there. Clarinbridge get the numbers around that. One of them back there is Mark Kennedy, trying to get a touch on it. Also there is Gavin Lee. Again though, Larkins nearly had the ball to hand. Eventually it comes out to Cian Donoghue. Cian Donoghue will go off the left here. This is a scoring chance for Cian Donoghue, striking, but it goes to the wrong side of the post and wide. First wide of the afternoon, but Tommy Larkins will be delighted with that start. First attack to get a score.
Very happy, and ball just kind of got held up there in a little bit of a ruck for a couple of minutes, but no, look at it, hopefully it'll stay open and good game.
Dylan Dunn tidies up in defence. Goes back to Oisin Salmon, and Oisin Salmon overcooks the pass though over the head of Conor Lee, and I suppose that's one of the things you're going to have to get used to, the conditions here, Andy, for working the ball out. You know what kind of purchase you need to put on a delivery like that.
Yeah, it's a big ask, but look at your other option then. Is he better to go along in worse conditions? Yeah. So look at his idea was right, just the execution didn't work out. So
then Jason Flynn, who's been in superb form in this championship. Jason Flynn is the top scorer for Tommy Larkins. He's hit 2 goals and 24 points, hit 35% of their scores, striking off the sideline cut. It's on its way, but it just tails at the wrong end and comes to the wrong side and wide. That'll be a fair score today now.
Fair going on for these conditions, maybe considering the good start they had with Cian Duggan inside, maybe better off to kind of keep it in play.
So then puck out by Aaron Bindon, goes to the far side of the field, flicked through there by Gavin Lee. Mark Kennedy is making his way towards him, but Colin Flynn with the number 7 jersey on his back comes out and tidies up and gets the ball down that same side of the field, gets it over there to Cian Duggan. Ball comes off him, goes out over the line, and that's going to be a line ball on the far side of the field. The linesman is Paul Fahey, as we told you, that side of the field. Interesting, Andy, most of the patrons are in the stand today, the place to be.
Yeah, there's not too many over here, but underneath there's now a few brollies are right and a few brave soldiers, considering the situation we're in otherwise.
Absolutely. As the line ball is taken and it's going up the field, in the centre of the field, won again by Clarinbridge, or by Tommy Larkins. Conor Gardner, a very important player for them as always. Colin Flynn drives it in towards the full forward line. Back to deal with it there though, eventually, is Dylan Dunn. Gave a dummy one way and did well to come out, and Dylan Dunn then comes out, plays a nice little ball out to Cian Donoghue. Two of them of course under 20, and Cian Donoghue that goes long then up to Conor Lee. one of the older of the Lee brothers, Connor, gets it off then to his brother David. David looks in field. The three Lee brothers playing this afternoon, says an early ball inside. Kevin McHugh though had drifted back in front of the full back line. Gets the touch back then to Cathal Toohey, and Cathal Toohey goes across with the pass then to Conor Nevin. He goes down on the ball 3 minutes in of a game. In actual fact, that was Owen Nevin who goes down this same side of the field.
Yeah, interesting, Sean. Both sides, kind of both backs anyway, definitely happy to kind of keep the ball alive and secure possession. And their longest strike so far seems to be in the range of about 40 yards, not too much longer than that. So they're both teams quite cagey early on.
Yes, so that free is awarded to Clarinbridge, and they're going to take it out of defence. And it's not alone the game leads to that, a kind of a safety first, Andy, but the conditions certainly early on also lead to that, don't they?
Exactly, it's your execution then, it's just the key element there. The pass is the right idea obviously, but you're just considering the situation with the weather, you have to get it right.
So Dylan Dunn with the free upfield goes towards Joshua Ryan, taken down then by the men of Tommy Larkins. That was Kevin McHugh. His hand pass goes astray though. David Lee, who's always been very busy for Clarinbridge in this championship, hand pass if it was, gets it off to Gavin the brother. Gavin though is bottled up by 3 Tommy Larkins men who do well to turn over Gavin Lee, win the free, and on a day like today, work rate will get you a long way, Andy. Yeah,
there's not too much kind of use of the width of the pitch really so far. I think wherever the ball seems to be going, there's 10-15 players there within a 5 metre radius, so it's tight. It's tight all around there in those situations, especially in the half back line.
So then the free is going to be taken out of defence by the goalkeeper, Ian Murphy, the Galway goalkeeper, of course, and he's well capable of putting this a good distance now with the breeze slightly behind him.
Well, he won't lack confidence, so he's definitely going to back himself anyway, at least.
Yeah, he's got 3.
As he has proven.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got 3 points in the championship so far. 1 point to no score, 4.5 minutes gone if you're just joining us here in Kenny Park and Athenry, where the weather is the most talked about topic so far. Ian Murphy inside his own 45 metre line, driving in towards the goal, certainly had the distance but didn't have the accuracy. Gives you an idea of how good the strike was.
Yeah, great strike now considering the conditions, and the wind is coming across, but he still managed to get it wide on the left hand side now. It was a good strike from Ian Murphy.
Okay, so Conor Slattery is the only man to have scored in the contest so far. Tommy Larkins leading by 1 point to no score as the puck out comes this side of the field, short to Sean Murphy, comes out to Conor Lee. Conor Lee again put under pressure but goes down well on the ball, and Conor Lee then can get a ball inside to TJ Brennan, who drifts out to the number 6 position. Quick little hand pass, and suddenly the men of Clarinbridge are out through the lines as Oisin Salmon goes up in towards Evan Island, knocked away from him by Nevin. Mark Kennedy was onto the break ball, but the man back to pick it up is Cian Daniels. Cian Daniels again surrounded by a lot of maroon jerseys who work him, but it's Tommy Larkins that do well to come out with that ball, and that one was their midfielder there, Conor Hanley. Then he's overturned. Cian Donoghue, I think we're playing an advantage here. The referee has given Gavin Lee a free shot at the post. Gavin Lee puts it high, and Gavin Lee says, I'll put it over the bar, we won't go back for the free. Sides are level. Good point by Gavin Lee.
Yeah, good for Clarinbridge now to settle into the game. Like I said, they're happy to work that ball out nice and short coming from the backs. And look at a good free there for a clear shot for Gavin Lee to get the score. They had the backup of the free shot, but yeah, look at Clarinbridge will be happy to get the score.
1 point apiece. Puck out by Ian Murphy, goes into the half-hour line break. Sean Murphy has done well on that ball and comes out with it. We're playing an advantage here as well. His hand pass goes off to David Lee, who's coming very deep from the half-hour line, and then Clarinbridge work it up to the lines. Cian Donoghue gets a little slick pass inside to Sean Kilduff, and Sean Kilduff has a pocket of space and then gets the hand pass off to David Lee, who just couldn't control it. In came the would-be tackler Adrian Moran there, but eventually breaks back to David Lee. David Lee's going in and goal. A shot saved by Ian Murphy, knocked out into a dangerous kind of position, but is tidied up by the defence and comes off to his twin brother Ronan Murphy, who sends a long ball down the field. A goal chance for Clarinbridge, not hit with conviction though, you'd have to say, as Conor Garner tries to keep the ball in play, can't, goes out over the line. Fleeting goal chance, Sunday. Yeah,
Clarinbridge, they carried the ball very well from the halfway line. They had lots of numbers over here on the far side over here, and yeah, look at it, look at tame enough shot, good save from Ian Murphy, but look at Clarinbridge are threatening.
Mind you, a day for the basics though. He saved it probably, and another day would have tried to get the ball away further, but the first thing was to stop it.
Yeah, exactly. That's always the worry with the goalkeeper is a direct rebound straight out to where it's coming in, and yeah, look, it's a good save, keeps them alive.
Bad sign, Andy, when Niall Canavan, who's with us here in the counter position, is going for the waterproofs in the commentary position. First of all, he's organised. Yeah. Second of all, he doesn't seem to have any fear for you and me, but anyway. I'm
standing behind the window now, so apologies if I make a mistake in what I see, but try to stay dry.
They'll always be saying you don't see what goes on anyway half the time. So Jason Flynn will stand over this line ball. Low scoring, as you'd expect. 7.5 minutes gone, 1 point apiece. The breeze, we reckon, kind of with Tommy Larkins in this opening half, going into the right corner forward position here. in Kenny Park and Athenry. As Jason hits that second line ball, goes wide. Everyone will tell you then that he should have kept it alive maybe, but 2 line balls, 2 wides.
Yeah, look, that's 2 strikes at that idea of getting the score, so I think that has to be knocked on the head for Tommy. Has to keep, the ball has to be kept alive, considering the score Cian Duggan got from the start.
Sean Murphy there was a target there for the short puck out. He missed it, but then he's done well to reclaim the ball back, and then Murphy comes up the field, but he's overturned by Jason Flynn. Jason Flynn, can he flick the ball inside? He can get it inside. Cian Duggan tries to get a flick away from Dylan Dunn, but Dylan Dunn does well to come back, but Duggan keeps on his case. The ball eventually comes up into the hand of Dylan Dunn. Out he comes. Rain sheeting down here in Kenny Park and Athenry. Gets it off then to TJ Brennan, and TJ Brennan comes past the 45 metre line and out to the 65 metre line. Oisin Salmon can't bring it with him, but the referee goes back for the initial free, which is a free out to the men of Clarinbridge. Conditions are difficult now, Andy, from what we're seeing in the opening 8 minutes, a point apiece. Yeah,
you just have to be so careful. Now, in fairness, Joshua Ryan made a fantastic run off TJ Brennan's shoulder, but look at, okay, they had the advantage of the free, but those short passes, the ideas are right, the execution has to be spot on for the weather today.
Certainly is the point. As the free is going to be taken by Dylan Dunn. I think he hit 7 points in the recent under-20A county final for Clarinbridge. From the centre back position, striking that free, goes over to the far side of the field. Ball hits the deck, onto it is Mark Kennedy. Mark Kennedy immediately surrounded by 3 red jerseys. Back helping out there is Ronan Murphy. He is 11 on his back, but he's back in the half back line. Colin Flynn is also in around the house there. Cathal Tui tries to go down, but the man that kicks it forward is the Clarinbridge man. That's Liam Lean. Liam Lean tries to keep the ball alive, goes back with a pass into Evan Nyland. Lovely take by Evan Nyland. It was slightly too high, but lovely takedown. Evan Nyland wants to get it on the left hand side and get it over the bar. Evan Nyland striking in. The goalkeeper's adamant has gone wide, but the umpire's adamant has gone over the bar. Point for Evan Nyland, well taken, and he was always going to go for that the minute the ball came to him.
Absolutely, he's looking to get into the game. He's been quite enough for almost 10 minutes gone the game, has Evan Nyland, but yeah, it's Clarinbridge seeming to settle that little bit better now after that 10 minutes, and Tommy did have to say got the very, very early start, but look at it's only 2 points to 1. There's no need for excitement yet, but yeah, good score from Nyland. Settle him. Yeah,
Evan Nyland, 252. He's got 54% of the Clarinbridge scores in this championship have come through Evan Nyland. So that's an important point for him. Clarinbridge lead by 2 points to 1. Long puck out, breaks inside. Back to tidy it up is Oisin Salmon. Oisin Salmon tries to get away there from David Hickey. Gets it out then to his cornerback. That's Christy Bannon. Christy Bannon comes up the stand side of the field. Latest we have is Mulla 10 points, Gort 9 points in the senior relegation final in Duggan Park. My God, that's a tough game. Onto it here is the Clarinbridge man. That's the cornerback Bannon again. Tries to break through the challenge. Back comes Cian Duggan. Latest is Baha and Haskafona in that replay of the relegation final in Senior B is level at 9-9. Wow, Andy, them are not the games you want to be playing today.
That's the I'm repeating myself here, conditions, but yeah, relegation games are not pretty. They're about staying alive, and 5-4, 6-5, it doesn't really matter what the score is as long as you're on the right side of it at the end of it.
I'll tell you, we're all being tested today. The rain is coming right in here in our commentary position in Kenny Park and Athenry. Rain and wind, but look at, we're not playing. It's the lads that are playing. It's just unfortunate that this yellow weather warning had to come today, Andy, because we've had a great championship in terms of weather and everything, and now that you're down to the quarterfinals for the 4 games this weekend, it's cruel weather-wise, isn't it? You have 2 week break there since the preliminaries, and you're looking forward to the matchups are made. There's good kind of anticipation with all the games. And then the conditions just, you'd have to think, what would this game be like? Yeah. Considering if we had some bit of sunshine, a bit clearer. Kevin McHugo restarts then for Tommy Larkins with the free. Low trajectory on the ball, taken by the fullback, that's TJ Brennan. He has time to look up the field and pick out Conor Lee with the pass. 2 points to 1. Clarinbridge lead, 11 minutes into the second half as Conor Lee goes up the terrace side of the field looking for Evan Nyland to keep it in play. Does well to knock it away into space for himself first. So Evan, though, does well to go back in and win the ball. And the man that gets it is Cian Daniels. Big, strong man, powerful man in the half back line for Larkins. Good hurler, this guy. Gets the flick pass over, was trying to find his midfielder Moran, but the referee spotted the infringement. And well worked there by Cian Daniels, big man in that half back line, Andy. Yeah, strong man did well there, turn over Evan Nyland, and it obviously seems to be his remit for the day, that he has to kind of keep him quiet. So look at, he's done well there in the early contests. I can just see already there's towels going out to guys' hurley grips that are wet. This is it's nearly November. Well, I know we're in October, but it's a kind of a different, probably not what lads were expecting today. No, you always have your top hand. Don't take it off the top of your hurl, no matter what your other hand, your catching hand. You always leave your top hand dry anyway, at least as much as you can. But you usually don't have to have the towel. As Jason Flynn hits this free from inside his own 45 metre line, strikes it, but that one's gone to the left hand side and wide. That's 4 wides for Larkins, 3 from Jason Flynn. those type of chances, you'd wonder. That was a difficult free now. He wasn't far away though.
No, he was similar, not too far away from Eamon Murphy's strike a couple minutes ago. But yeah, you kind of have to say Clarinbridge look like they've settled that a little bit better now. Tommy still seemed to be a little bit cagey. Yeah,
Aaron Bindon went along with that one. It's won by Conor Gardner for Tommy Larkins, who has a pot shot again from out the country, which again goes wide. You're now suddenly up to 5 wides, Andy, after 13 minutes. Clarinbridge have only 1 wide. They lead by 2 points to 1.
Yeah, Conor Gardner, he needs to carry that ball that little bit further and make sure that is a scoring chance considering the weather, but he has to nail that.
Aaron Bindon goes to Cian Donoghue with that shortish puck out. Donoghue doesn't catch it though, breaks back then to Jason Flynn. Jason Flynn goes on a little run, takes on Conor Lee, gets the pass inside to Ronan Murphy. Ronan Murphy's winding himself up for this shot, gets a good purchase on it, gets a good strike, but it's gone inside the post. Deemed the umpire in that instance. I think the linesman on this side of the field, David Earls, is wondering, but he's adamant it's over the bar. It's a point. Great score by the centre half forward, Ronan Murphy.
Yeah, you'll take it. I thought it was a bit sketchy here now, looking on the angle. I'm right behind it, but yeah, look, they'll take it.
Well, it's been given 2-2. Good point back for Tommy Larkins, who come on the attack again. Conor Slattery is the man that was under pressure there. That ball goes off the player and goes out over the sideline on the far side of the field. Paul Fahey is the linesman, as we said, on that side of the field. On the stand side of the field as Christy Bannon comes out. Larkins, I mean, they will have breeze advantage. They've missed a few chances, Andy. Is that 2 out of 7? They've taken 5 wides with it, but they're back on level terms.
To be honest with you, Sean, I don't really think the breeze makes a whole lot of difference today. It's going to be as hard to kind of progress either half for both teams. So I suppose you will get your chances like Tommy's are getting. They have to nail it.
How much do you want it? I suppose is what it is about. Cian Donoghue's ball inside, missed there by Kevin McHugo. But well taken then by Owen Nevin. Owen Nevin hits the deck under good pressure from Clarinbridge, but he goes back to Kevin McHugo. Kevin McHugo, who missed one of these championship games for Tommy Larkins early doors, gets it down. Well taken by Oisin Salmon ahead of Cian Duggan, who I think had thoughts about what he's going to do with it. Gets the ball off to Liam Lean for once in a little bit of space. Liam Lean then decides to go across with a low ball. Nice ball to Evan Nyland. Evan Nyland wants to get this on the left. No, he goes back to Mark Kennedy. Suddenly there's a low ocean of space. Mark Kennedy should pop it over the bar. Went through the centre forward channel, pops it over the bar. Good score by Clarinbridge. Well created. They lead by 3-2. Mark Kennedy with the point.
Yeah, the chance opened up there for possession for Clarinbridge in the first. I think it was Liam Lean, and he looked to keep it alive and play it into the centre to Evan Nyland, which
clever
is
play.
Clever play considering what we're dealing with here now otherwise. So yeah, very, very good score now for Clarinbridge.
And of course the question is, how was he left so alone to get that ball in the first place? But he certainly created when he got it. As Dylan Dunn comes out of defence, he's fouled, and that's going to be free downfield. And Clarinbridge back into a lead of 3 points to 2 and will be more than happy now, I think, to be in that position after 15 minutes in the terrible rain here in Kenny Park and Athenry. Even our poor cameraman has to have the old towel out on the camera. Not all glamour this job, is it? 3 points for Clarinbridge, 2 for Tommy Larkins. Dylan Dunn gets ready and strikes that free. Goes kind of across the field. It's going to drop. Conor Gardner is interested in it. Ball hits the deck and it's won by the small man. That is Colin Flynn, but pound for pound one of the best club hurlers in Galway. He's fouled as he was coming out there by Liam Lean, and that'll be free. Will Jason Flynn come out to take this again? He will. Which gives you a fair idea, Andy, that Jason has no problem whatsoever. He hit the last one inside his own 65-metre line. He's come out to the halfway line nearly with this one. So obviously he feels he has the range.
He does, yeah. Look at it. It's heading into that season now where your free taker is literally worth his own weight in gold, and all the games from now on are going to show 7-8 points after a free taker's name. So he has to be confident. Look, we all know Jason Flynn will sure has the ability. So I won't be surprised if this does go over.
Yeah, he's just inside the halfway line, practically in front of the goal, striking into the road end here in Kenny Park, and at the rise strikes it and puts it straight over. Good score. We're back to 3-3, and Jason will be delighted to have got on the scoreboard there and get that one over the bar. 3-3. Interesting stat that Niall is after giving us, that the last 8 points from Evan Nyland in the championship have come from play. He got 7 in the second half against Ardrahan last day out, and he's got this first one from play as well, so that's good scoring. 8 points from play in a row for Evan Nyland over the 2 games, as Conor Nevin gets the hand pass off, and suddenly Thomases are going through the centre channel through Jason Flynn, and just look at this guy move, getting past 3 or 4 challenges, getting inside, throws it over the head of one man inside, he hits the deck. Surely that's a free. No free, so well, he did give the free, but he didn't give the signal. I think it was what happened there. Jason Flynn bearing down the goal. He looked dangerous, Andy.
Yeah, great carry, and that's the ability.
That's what he can do.
That's the ability. It's no shock. It's just probably the frequency of it. But yeah, great carry from Jason Flynn. He's worked, he scored. You'd have to say now Tommy's are starting to settle.
Yeah. He's a big player though, isn't it? Like, he's a big man. He has everything. If he goes at you like that,
Like
he'll worry you.
Yeah, he's got the height, he's got the skill, he really is an all-rounder. And probably that will be the question over the years, is just to see it that bit more kind of consistently with him. But yeah, when he takes off and runs like that, no defender's going to stop him. So
then Jason Flynn puts it high, puts it over the bar. Good score from him. That's 2 points in a row from the place ball then from Jason Flynn. And suddenly Tommy Larkins go into 4 points to 3 lead. As Aaron Bindon gets ready to take the puck out then. And Bindon goes longish again with this puck out. Clarinbridge have the numbers under. David Lee was the man that had it in his hand but then lost it. Ball hits the deck. Who wins the break ball? That's the question. Inside the 65 metre line, ball sprays out. Ronan Murphy tries to get a touch on it. There is Liam Lean as well, fighting the cause well. Eventually Adrian Moran tries to go in and go down on it. Gavin Lee as well to kick it out into space for himself first. Kevin McHugh gives him a fair old rattle and a fair shoulder. Note the word fair because the referee thought that. Gets it downfield towards Ronan Murphy. Flicks it inside Cian Donoghue. Lovely take by Ronan Murphy. Needs to come into the game as well, you think, for Tommy Larkins. Gets the ball away from Christy Bannon there in that instance. Goes back with the pass out to David Hickey. David Hickey, strong man on the half-hour line. Threw it up to hit it, but ball goes out over the sideline on the far side of the field. Beginning to see signs, wow. Haskafona and Bahanile tells us it's gone to extra time after a draw game, the first hit. Will that go to penalties then? It will. Wow. Imagine losing your status on penalties. Line ball taken up the far side of the field. 4 points for Tommy Larkins here. 3 points for Clarinbridge. Ball goes out over the line on that far side of the field. Few signs, Andy, of Larkins beginning to come into it, isn't there?
They're settling into. I just find kind of when Clarinbridge are coming out from their backs with the ball, Kevin McHugh, I know he's trying to cover the space, but he is tending to let Gavin Lee off him. And Clarinbridge are finding kind of results in that short pass.
Liam Lean on that last point was a case in point, wasn't it?
So I think Tommy just need to push out, because look, at conditions there that they're not going to get away from you anyway in that situation. I see you're as well off being up beside him and contest the ball on arrival.
Line ball taken by Flynn, goes up to David Hickey. David Hickey very close that sideline, the far side of the field, tries to keep it alive. In comes Mark Kennedy, lovely pick in difficult conditions, but the ball goes out over the line again, and I think that will be a Clarinbridge line ball. Well,
and in this, like Sean, it's all discipline here, because it's going to be in a ruck. It's tough conditions, and it's very quickly just be rash and in with a quick a silly challenge. Where I find both backs are quite disciplined now so far. There's not really been any gimme frees right in front of the goals or anything. They're all working for the scores. Well, the
stats tell you it's 4-3 to Tommy Larkins, but it's 7 points have been scored in 20 minutes of hurling, so every scoring opportunity here is going to be absolutely crucial. As Gavin Lee as well to catch that ball away from the sideline. He goes down that wing forward position. That's a lovely strike, and that's a lovely score by Gavin Lee given the conditions. Excellent point from the minute he got the ball in the hand from the line ball. Lovely score, good point.
You don't want to give him the chance of a free. You have to nearly, if he's going to slip you, to let him by you and trust yourself to defend him. Look at, because quite often the shot might not make it, consider the conditions, but look, that was a great score from Lee.
Oh, super hands in the conditions. 4 points each then, as TJ Brennan allows that ball to break past Jason Flynn, and that allows Dylan Dunn to get onto it. Has often played the +1 role for the men of Clarinbridge. Ball breaks out, well picked up by Cian Daniels in that halfway line sector for Tommy Larkins. Gets it off to Ronan Murphy. Ronan Murphy going to strike from the 65 metre line. He got a good strike on it, but it goes to the wrong side of the post and wide again. The wide tally mounting 6 for Larkins, 1 for Clarinbridge.
Yeah, Tommy's need to get Ronan Murphy more into the ball. They need to get that ball into Cian Duggan a lot better too and try and work those scores.
Yeah, the efficiency needs to go up too, though, doesn't it? Like as TJ Brennan gets it downfield, came off the stick, the extended stick there of David Lee, I think, and then the free is against Clarinbridge, and that's going to be a free for Tommy Larkins.
Yeah, Colin Flynn there, Cian Daniels is very, very strong there now across that half-back line, so look at it's a good platform for them so far.
Clarinbridge are playing with the 2 inside, Evan Nyland and Josh Ryan. Mark Kennedy has pulled out. I think I don't know who the new Galway manager, of course, involved with Clarinbridge. He's after having a word with Mark Kennedy. Josh Ryan may be the man to go out roaming a bit now, met in Kennedy with Evan Nyland perhaps. As Jason Flynn takes the free. God, even in a good day, would you go back inside your own 65 metre line to take this free? So Jason Flynn, man, amid such an impact, of course, in the 17 All-Ireland final, striking it, but it's gone wide again. And the wide tally now mounts to 7. 4 points on the board for Clarinbridge, 4 points for Tommy Larkins. 22 minutes practically gone in the opening half as Clarinbridge work it out through the lines again. Dylan Dunn then goes long. Now Evan Nyland seems to be in there on a one-man job now with Owen Evan. Lose the hurl, goes back with the pass though to Gavin Lee. Gavin Lee, good strike in towards the post. The umpire looks, and the umpire is happy that at the last minute it just got inside the post. 3 points for Gavin Lee thus far in the contest. He extends the lead out to 5 points to 4 for Clarinbridge, and 3 points of that quality in these conditions. That's good shooting by Gavin Lee.
That's why he's at the level he's with Galway for the last number of seasons, and they've done well. They've targeted Evan Ireland there, who is at 14 at the minute. He took the ball in very well, lost his hurling, laid off a good ball to Lee. So yeah, Clarinbridge are settling.
Good puck out to Adrian Moore, who doesn't quite control her, from Éanna Murphy. Clarinbridge come in, try to get the numbers around it. Keane Daniels ends up on the ground. Larkins do well though, a little kicked pass there by Morton, and away suddenly come Tommy Larkins through. Jason Flynn goes on a run up the sideline. Seems like he's going to move away from players with his ease. He's past the 20-metre line, going inside. Jason Flynn off the stick, and a lovely score by Jason Flynn over the bar. Excellent point by Jason Flynn. Both himself and Gavin Lee are beginning to write their names all over this game.
It was, and in fairness to Jason, he was looking to his left as he was carrying that ball past the 45, heading for the 21, and he was looking for the option, and then he took it on himself, and it was a great score.
Certainly was, as Oisin Salmon comes out to the lines, goes back to Christy Bannon. Christy Bannon goes out then to Liam Lean. Liam Lean well blocked down by Ronan Murphy. 5 points each. The team's deadlocked here after 23 minutes of the opening half. Long ball upfield, breaks to Gavin Lee. Gavin Lee getting a win for Kevin McHugo, gets the pass off to Josh Ryan. Josh Ryan slips inside McHugo again, and suddenly he's in on goal. Josh Ryan bearing down the 20-metre line. Josh Ryan tried to get past Cathal too. He pulls him down. We're going in for the free. That will be awarded because nothing came off it. But one or two occasions, Andy, that Tommy Larkins defence has opened up, hasn't it?
It has. And
great run by Ryan, in fairness.
Super Ryan, but they're super run by Ryan, excuse me. But yeah, they're just not going man for man. They're not kind of taking the responsibility of their own men and tracking them no matter what. And eventually, they get a run. Clarinbridge, Joshua Ryan slips through, and Cathal too. He has no choice in that situation there. He has to take him down because it's high danger then at that point.
Is that going back to what you're saying about the position of Kevin McHugo?
Yeah, look, for me as a defender, definitely it's you have your man, and that is it. You stay goal side, and you prevent that sort of overlaps taking place, because the danger is there. They got away with it this time, but yeah, that's your basics on a day like today. Get onto your man, and that's it.
Evan Nyland sends over the free, and he does what Evan Nyland does. That's his first free in his last 9 scores in the Galway Senior Championship. So that's 24.5 minutes gone in the opening half. Clarinbridge lead by 1, 6 points to 5. As Éanna Murphy, he went with a kind of a lower puck out the last time as his midfield sector. And Henley and Adrian Moran out around that area. High ball this time down on top of Jason Flynn. Keane Donoghue does well to defend and gets the flick pass out. David Lee wants to get it up and get around his man, but he can't do either because he can't get control of the ball initially. Keane Henley tries to go down over, and in comes Mark Kennedy as well, nearly to get it into his hands as well. David Lee kicks it forward, and that ball goes out over the line. One of the things I've often heard coaches saying, that if in a rough ball situation, if it's not coming out, kick it out of it. We're seeing a bit of it today, Andy.
You have to. You nearly have to have someone on some side that has a bit of a call made that I'm going to be behind you. You call back to me, whatever direction you're facing. I suppose that's probably the thing with it. But Jason again now with another line ball. This ball has to be kept in play. There's lots of space over on the far side with Keane Duggan and Conor Slattery. So all that space there, the ball has to go into that and kept alive. And
he's on the halfway line with it, which is a huge distance out the field. He's looking across to see what the options are. Look at a lovely measured ball inside to Nevin, flicked away from him though by Gavin Lee, and suddenly David Lee is on the ball. Hand pass off to Mark Kennedy, who've overturned that line ball then from Larkins and go across the field, but Colin Flynn is waiting for that at number 7. Colin Flynn immediately was surrounded by maroon jerseys, but he gets the pass off there to Owen Nevin, who comes out. Owen Nevin runs into traffic. He's fouled though on the way out. Deemed referee Conor Quinlan, and that's going to be free out. Conor Quinlan, I think he's so wet at times he doesn't actually lift the hand to say which way the free is going, but I wouldn't blame the man today.
He's using his lungs, yeah. Tommy seemed to have the numbers back there. I suppose Clarinbridge are probably filtering back the field once the ball has gone back towards their own defence, and probably, I suppose, obviously the weather, as we keep repeating, is it's making it hard to get up and down now, I suppose, for a half forward today who's kind of combining working back the field plus trying to get up for scores. So they probably have to get that balance of being able to get up and support Evan Ireland once that ball goes into the full forward line. 26
minutes gone. Clarinbridge 6, Tommy Larkins 5, as Jason Flynn again goes back into his own half of the field to take this free. The flags looking down from the commentary position here on the terrace side of Kenny Park and Athenry seem to indicate that the breeze is behind him and heading, as Andy has described, to that right corner forward position. Flynn strikes it well, it's on its way. My God, there wasn't a doubt from the minute it left the hurl. That's a fair strike, great score.
That's a great score now, and look, I suppose that Tommy's will be happy enough. They've had their chances just as much as Clarinbridge have had in this first half with the clear goal chance they had. Well, I suppose a bit of a goal chance, but it's fairly even over the two teams.
TJ Brennan goes up the field with this pass, looking for David Lee, who's very integral to what Clarinbridge are doing in terms of ball winning. Kicked again by David Lee, gets it inside then to Evan Island. 6-6, the side's deadlocked here. We're playing we're playing advantage, but the free is to Clarinbridge. much to the ire of the backroom team involved with Tommy Larkins, which is, of course, Niall Kelly.
Yeah, Conor Gardner was just a little bit rash. Evan Island was going away from goals with 2 guys on him. He came in as the third to tackle on that ball, and I suppose just a little bit quick to kind of get the flick in there, and it was an easy enough decision for Conor Quinlan.
And to make it worse, it was brought forward, which means that it's now a very scoreable free for Evan Island.
You don't want to give him that opportunity. I suppose a few choice words given to Conor Quinlan, but yeah, it's just like we said earlier on, discipline.
Absolutely.
Don't be rash.
Every score is worth a fortune
tackle,
here.
Every tackle you're making, decision you make on in a short space of time that you have to make it, it has to be disciplined.
28 minutes in a opening half of this Brooks Senior Hurling Championship quarter final. We'll have the draws for the Senior Hurling semi-finals after the St Thomas's Turfmoor game tomorrow evening, as that'll be live on Galway FM as Evan Island strikes it. Hit it a bit high. The umpires are happy though that it went over the bar, so that extends and puts the Clarinbridge man back into a 1-point lead again, 7-6.
Yeah, look at it, it's 2 minutes to go to half time, so now it's batten down,
yeah,
nothing silly, keep it tidy and get to the dressing room.
Cathal Tui, who often played in goal for down to his career as well, gets the shortish puck out from Éanna Murphy, goes down the sand side of the field, lovely take and turn away by Conor Gardner off the right hand side, lovely bit of play. I love the swivel, the turn to take the ball to get away from the tackle, and Conor Gardner puts it over the bar. Good score.
Yeah, the guy Conor Gardner, I've seen him the last couple of years, he reminds me to the world of Michael Coleman.
Yeah,
he's tall, strong, he's left-handed, he's skillful, he can mix it whatever way you want to do it. He's a fine player. Josh
Ryan tries to get onto that latest ball inside, but Owen Nevin controls and goes back to his goalkeeper. That's Éanna Murphy, and Éanna Murphy picks out a measured ball, looking for the twin brother Ronan. Ball goes over his head though, and that Dylan Dunn goes down and controls it, then gets it out to Sean Murphy. Lovely take by Sean Murphy, getting away then from David Hickey, and Sean Murphy goes on a run. The under 20 player gets it off to Conor Lee. Clarinbridge literally bringing this to the lines. Hand pass out to David Lee, Gavin Lee. This has to be a point. Turns onto his right hand side, but the goalkeeper takes it down. Didn't get enough of a strike on it to get it over the bar. 7-7, well created by Clarinbridge as Éanna Murphy goes long down the field again. Again a 2-on-1 situation here. Conor Slattery under pressure, puts the pressure on Dylan Dunn, but Dylan Dunn goes to Cian Donoghue. Cian Donoghue's gone back the field as well. His pass doesn't quite go all the way to TJ Brennan, but he has enough time, and under no pressure he can drive down the field, goes long. Cathal Tui out in front of Josh Ryan. Ball comes back then to Kevin McHugo, and the referee deemed that there was a foul there, and that's going to be a free out for Tommy Larkins.
You're going to see kind of 2-on-1s, balls dropping in the full back line, and that's where the spare player has to be saying, let that ball through. To me, it's just simple ideas, simple hurling. It avoids trying to get into a bit of a tangle where the person under the ball dropping tries to contest it. Just play it and let it through. The spare man can tidy it up. 1
minute of additional time is signalled here by the fourth official. 7-7. My God, the impression you have, Andy, is a goal here would be gold, wouldn't it, for either team?
You'd have to lump all the money on whoever gets the first goal here, because it's high stakes now. Yeah, there's just no flow, there's no open play at all. No one is,
and in fairness to both teams, it's no slight on them. It's just the conditions we're having.
Not. No, these are both open hurling teams. You'd have to say. So whoever does get that key score, or whoever even puts 3 or 4 scores together in a row in the second half, points wise, you'd have to put them into a good position.
Éanna Murphy gets great purchase on that. It's going to go all the way. What a score by Éanna Murphy inside his own 45-metre line, and the goalkeeper comes up to get his 4th point of the championship. Great score.
For scores like that, which would nearly be worth the football idea, bring up Éanna Murphy from now on.
Absolutely.
Great score.
Well, you're after putting it in someone's head, I would say. It's a possibility. The goalkeeper puts his team 8-7 up with a huge free from near his own 45-metre line as Clarinbridge work it down the field again. Liam Lean goes up, ball hits the deck. Colin Flynn is onto it, he hits the deck as well. Again 3 or 4 players from both teams in there. Clarinbridge look to have won the hard ball. Hand pass comes out to Cian Donoghue. Cian Donoghue on the 65-metre line, plays it in low, looking for Josh Ryan, well defended by Toohey. Brings it out there into the path of Cian Daniels, and Cian Daniels gets the pass off to Nevin, the cornerback. The 2 Nevins going well as out comes Owen Nevin, put under pressure though, goes back with the pass, and there goes the half-time whistle. Injury time goal seals Gart victory over Mullia by 19 to 12 points. My God, Andy Cohen. Mullia go down. Gart survive by a late goal in injury time. See Gart over the line. But a quick summary here. It's the first of the quarter-finals in the senior championship. Tommy Larkins 8 points, Clarinbridge 7. Both managements have a bit of work to do at half-time, but in fairness to both teams, they're playing the factor of the weather.
The message has to be very basic. I mean, it's not allowing for open hurling. It's not allowing for kind of some sort of a style that you're trying to play as much as you can. It's just keep tight at the back, limit the mistakes, and take whatever few chances are going to come to you. You'll get a few. If you nail enough of them, you will win the game.
Half-time here then is a 1 point lead for the men of Tommy Larkins. Half-time here then in Kenny Park, and that's now I come back to this with the second half live. But at half-time, it's the men of Tommy Larkins that lead by 1. Tommy Larkins 8 points, Clarinbridge 7. Probably had Breeze advantage in the opening half as the first ball goes in and Conor Stratford does awful well to catch that ahead of TJ Brennan, striking in well to Henley. Then he's overturned Keane Dunham. I think we're playing an advantage here. Referee has given Gavin Lee a free shot at the post. Gavin Lee puts it high, and Gavin Lee says, well, Evan Nyland was slightly too high, but lovely takedown. Evan Nyland wants to get it on the left hand side and get it over the bar. Evan Nyland striking in. The goalkeeper's adamant it's side to Ronan Murphy. Ronan Murphy's winding himself up for this shot, gets a good purchase on it, gets a good strike, but it's gone inside the post to Evan Nyland. Evan Nyland wants to get this on the left. No, he goes back to Mark Kennedy. Suddenly there's a ocean of space. Mark Kennedy should pop it over the bar. Went through the centre forward. Absolutely crucial as Gavin Lee does well to catch that ball away from the sideline. He goes down that wing forward position. That's a lovely strike, and that's a lovely score now with Owen Devon. Loses the hurl, goes back with the pass though to Gavin Lee. Gavin Lee, good strike in towards the post. The umpire looks and the umpire is happy. Seems like he's going to move away from players with his ease. He's past the 20 metre line, going inside. Jason Flynn after this.
QFinancial.ie got the price and advice for me.
Pension auto-enrolment will soon be introduced. This means that all full-time workers over the age of 23 earning more than €20,000 per year must contribute to a pension, and employers must contribute. What are those pension entitlements, and is there independent advice available? The Q Financial Pension Team are experienced in advising both employees and employers of the positive and affordable options available for your situation. Call 091 421 900 or log on to qfinancial.ie.
Q Financial, qfinancial.ie.
Based in Clare, Galway, OMA Financial Services Limited, trading as qfinancial.ie, is an authorised independent pension intermediary regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
We redefine your relationship with energy, save you money, and get you on the path to a cleaner, greener future. JFW Renewables, your nationwide solar energy specialists. Call us today for a greener tomorrow.
has that change taken place? Is
David
Darren
Hickey's
Duggan
off.
in?
Yeah, Darren Duggan seems to be in.
Yeah,
David
Darren.
Hickey's.
Yeah, so Darren Duggan is in. Good hurler, this guy as well, for Tommy Larkins. So Tommy Larkins lead by 8 points to 7. And the man I think that's been taken off looks like it is David Hickey at half time. So then it's Sean Kilduff that's on the ball from the throw in, and Clarinbridge come on the attack with that breeze behind. The goalkeeper comes out here, and Murphy beaten to it by Evan Island. Evan Island turning on the left hand side, well blocked down then by a combination of McHugo and Éanna Murphy, out at the expense of a 65. And goalkeeper, he looked like he was in a bit of trouble from the minute the ball went back on him. But in fairness, the scramble defence through McHugo and himself stopped it from being a disaster, and it's a 65.
Yeah, Greg, good start for Clarinbridge. Good carry through the middle there and sent him from Sean Kilduff. Yeah, look, you have to. I suppose it just has to be that little bit more cagey, and good return there from Kevin McHugo in fairness, and he eliminated the danger.
So the 65. It'll be interesting to see what Owen or Evan Island will do with this one. Striking, we think, with the breeze behind him. Paul Fahey is the linesman that's out on this side of the field here, indicating that the 65, where it was to be placed. So the officials, the umpires and the linesmen working in tandem to ensure the proper position. Evan Island strikes it off that trusty left-hand side, puts it high, puts it over the bar, good score. And as a sighter in the second half, that's a good start for Evan Island.
That's a warning for Tommy Larkins now.
Yes.
From 60, 70 yards now, Sean, is danger area, especially with Evan Island now, so they have to be careful.
So Éanna Murphy goes longer with this puck out. He's going to try and hit his half-forward line, looking for Conor Gardner. Great catch by Conor Gardner. He was dispossessed for a second, then got it back, and then get the hand pass inside. Cian Donoghue read it well, intercepted. Cian Donoghue gets it off then to Oisin Salmon, and Oisin Salmon gets it off to Conor Lee. And Conor Lee looks upfield now, going past the half back line, and then plays the ball inside, looking for Gavin inside. Gavin getting away from Cathal Toohey, gets it onto the left-hand side, striking. Lovely strike off the left, puts it high, puts it over the bar. We saw what he was capable of doing in the opening half with 3 points into the breeze. He's now got the fourth one into the with the aid of the breeze behind him. Good score.
And I think it's very interesting there. As Sean Murphy was carrying that ball there, Sean, the Clarinbridge management were signalling to send the ball straight into Gavin Lee because the space was there. So it's probably a tactic that they're looking to do to isolate Cathal Toohey in the early stages of the second half and get the ball in, get it in fast.
Well, if the breeze is heading to that right corner as well, Andy, you're going to have the elements behind you. I think the referee's gone into the umpires just to check. Cathal Toohey went down as that play was developing, and I think the Tommy Larkins sideline are indicating that there could have been something untoward there. It seems to be a hand injury that Cathal Toohey has picked up. Conor Quinlan is now he has the little notebook out, whether he's going to chat to one of the Clarinbridge players.
Seems to be Joshua Ryan, maybe.
Yeah, he's heading to Joshua Ryan, but now he's turning away from him. I think it may be some other player he's looking for, and it could be Mark Kennedy, maybe. Yeah, that's where he's gone over. I think he might have been told the corner forward, and he went to Josh Ryan first, but now he's coming over to Mark Kennedy. So Mark Kennedy picks up a yellow card. Mark is wondering why he got it, but upshot of it is that I think that's the first yellow card of the afternoon, is it? Coming from Mark Kennedy. So we have now played 3 minutes of the second half. Cathal Toohey is up. Good to see that. And Éanna Murphy will take the resultant puck out. 9-8 now, the Clarinbridge men lead. Conor Quinlan is now going in to give a yellow card as well to Cathal Toohey when he got back up on his feet.
Two sides to the story there.
So obviously it takes two to tango.
Yeah. I suppose that Clarinbridge happy with the start in the second half now, very early, but yeah, look, it's still the point in it, so Tommy's wouldn't want to be getting too excited yet either.
I go back to our first point about the goal, if you follow me. It will be a crucial score in this game. Larkins with that sub on, Darren Duggan. He's in the forward line. Clarinbridge coming out of the fence, nearly turned over, but Sean Kilduff is on the ball. Out comes Sean Kilduff, gets the hand pass off then to Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy, high challenge on him. That should be a free. Sean Murphy, very pumped up for this game. Conor Gardner is the Tommy Larkins man that is there, and you would have to say that in the opening 4 minutes of the second half, Andy, it's been Clarinbridge that have kind of laid down the law here.
They have, in what they're trying to do with that bit of a breeze that's there. They're trying to work that ball through. They're supporting each other in the back, and I suppose Sean Murphy there, very, very excited with winning that free. And look, you have to be revved up, you have to be pumped up in these conditions, because that's going to be a big factor in what's going to get you over the line.
Full-time result after extra time in the Senior B relegation final. Wow, Ahascafona 11 points, Baha 10. So it's Baha that go down to the Intermediate Championship as Evan Island stands over the free, and Evan Island puts it over the bar. You made the point on his first 65 that the warning was given the distance he was out there. That's a super score, and suddenly there's a bit of daylight of 2 points between them. Clarinbridge lead by 2, 10-8.
Yeah, I don't think if Tommy's got the ball to the full forward line yet since the second half started, so they have to settle, get on the ball and get it into place.
This one heading towards Evan Island, who picked up Colin Flynn. Keane Donoghue gets it off then to Sean Murphy. Clarinbridge using the ball well, coming out of defence. Sean Murphy, long ball down, looking for Josh Ryan. Josh Ryan under pressure from Cathal Tuohy. Again, a stalemate situation, very close to the sideline. Ryan goes without the hurl. Cathal Tuohy goes back, bits the ball, ends up on the ground. No freezes the referee. Comes out with the hand pass though to Owen Nevin. Owen Nevin in the left corner back position decides to strike up the field. Conor Gardner goes up with Sean Murphy. The ball hits the deck. Keane Donoghue had it initially, gets it the second time as well. Gets away from would-be tackles. Keane Donoghue then strikes it inside. Gets a late hit there as he let that ball inside. And really, that was a free. That was a needless free given away, because Clarinbridge had done the hard work. Keane Donoghue had let a ball in that probably wasn't really going anywhere, and it was a late hit and a free that could prove costly.
Yeah, Tommy Larkins' discipline is kind of shown here in the second half. But the interesting point for me, Sean, is that ball that was cleared in Tommy's full back line was by Ronan Murphy.
Yeah.
Who you think that you need him for his powers up the field. So it kind of just shows where Tommy's are kind of early in the second half, that they're losing a little bit of focus. Their distance
structure.
They are. Like, they kind of have to settle down, get the ball to the likes of Conor Gardner or onto those strong players, Jason Flynn.
Get them into the game. Get your big players on the ball in the right areas.
Plus keep the head in the middle of the field, because it's all tight there. It's so easy to give away free, and it's easy for Conor Quinlan to give it as well.
And Evan Island will eat these all day long. Free. It's even, I don't know, has it been even brought in another section or whatever? Yeah, it has. It's going to be brought in nearly to the 20-metre line. So certainly it's going to make a difference. Oh yeah, so the free is from where the ball landed in actual fact, because the late hit. And again, you question that decision, and Andy, that's, you're giving away a point to a free taker of his calibre out the field, but when it's only 20 metres out.
It's all day long. It's
all day long, yeah.
Possible 3-point lead now, which is a
massive lead in this game.
Nearly, it's nearly as good as 6 on a good day.
That's point number 6 then for Evan Island. 1 from play, 4 frees and 165. Suddenly it's an 11.8 ball game now. Ian Murphy, where will he go with this puck out? Needs to get his team moving up the field. Still loads of time, still a small margin. Well capable are Tommy Larkins of turning this around. However, they lose that puck out, and it's David Lee who comes back helping out that half back line, and suddenly goes at pace upfield. David Lee sends it inside, looking for Josh Ryan. Ball breaks, nearly went into the path of Evan Nyland, but it's won by Cathal Tuohy. Cathal Tuohy under pressure, tries to get the hand pass out, does get it out to his cornerback. That's Conor Nevin. Conor Nevin under pressure, surely legal pressure it is, deems Conor Gardner, and that'll be free upfield for Tommy Larkins. You just get the impression that 8 minutes into the second half, 11 points to 8, Clarinbridge lead. Larkins kind of haven't started the second half.
They haven't, and they were nice and cagey in the first half. They were steady in what they were doing. They did have a couple of chances, obviously. So they just need to kind of get their hand on the ball further up the field and work a score. Get the guys running off the ball, give them the options to whoever can win that ball first off, especially in the half-forward line, and just get a score early on. They need to just settle.
Ian Murphy has come out now to take that free, which was your interesting point at the tail end of the opening half, Andy. Jason Flynn and Conor Gardner are in around the house. Should this drop in shorter around the danger area? He's on his own 45-metre line. Rain continued to sheeting down here in Kenny Park and Athenry. His team Larkins trailed by 3. He goes up the right corner forward position looking for Keane Duggan. Keane Duggan in a foot race with Sean Murphy. Murphy won the ball. The ball goes towards the sideline, picked up by David Lee, who's been off a visit. Then I say that he gives away to Conor Slattery. Gets a touch out, but again, Sean Kilduff is there. Clarinbridge looks to be just sure on those breaking ball situations. Out they come again. Clarinbridge man slips, but I think the referee had spotted an infringement, and it's going to be a free.
Yeah, you have to give it to Sean Murphy there. He really powered out in front in that initial ball, and you have to back yourself, I suppose, in conditions like this and get out there, because if you can do that and put your own men under pressure, even though it's supposed to be rewards reversal in the forward and the back, but if you can get out in front,
the ball is king in these conditions.
If you can get it at all, it makes life so much easier.
So Jason Flynn will take the free then. He's outside the 45 metre, and you just feel that's an impression that you get is they need this score to kind of start their effort again in the second half. 9 minutes gone in the second half. Larkins trailed by 3. The last time they were in a county semi-final was 1982, as Jason Flynn takes the free and puts it to the wrong side of the post and wide.
And he's trying to be cagey. You can even see him striking. He's not even trying to
no, he was guiding it over.
Yeah, he was, and he's nearly 2 kg now in hindsight.
Mark Kennedy does well for a small man to take down the puck out. He's won it in the half-hour line. Hand pass goes a little bit astray though. Ronan Murphy tries to get the ball to hand. Again, a ruck ball situation, very close to the sideline. 11 points to 8, the men of Clarinbridge lead as Conor Quinlan goes down over the ball. And of course, given that there's nearly 10 minutes, a third of the second half played, Andy, Clarinbridge have eked out a 3-point lead. You know, they don't need to chase it now. They can play conservative to some degree, can't they?
Do as we're doing. They're way more economical with their scoring chances. Tommies have had up on 7-8 wides now at this stage, so they're more efficient in what they're doing. They're getting the ball to the danger areas and they're nailing those scores, and especially obviously with the free shots for Nyland. It just shows overall that they're just that bit more composed at the minute.
And as Niall points out here, the wides tally is 8-1. We're given out in the terms of Larkins and missing chance, but that's serious efficiency from Clarinbridge. Just one missed opportunity out of their 11 points. Yeah, they're
nailing it. They're more safe with the ball around the middle, and they're sending it to the danger areas. And again, like I said, with the freeze and that, but they're taking their scores. So yeah, they've nearly made their move now in this stage after 10 minutes, because like you said, that 3-point lead for Clarinbridge is it's all for Tommies to do then.
So Tommy's making a change. Keith Dervin coming into the game. Could be a blood sub, I would imagine, for the big man Conor Gardner. So Conor Gardner, I think he could be all right. Yeah, he's not far away from coming back on, I would say, but the blood sub is on. In goes the throw in. I don't know where that throw in went, but it went to Cian Donoghue. Cian Donoghue going to the heart of the defence, has the shot in towards goal, but it's taken down by the goalkeeper Éanna Murphy, and Éanna Murphy disguised it initially and then didn't find a man coming out with it though, and that allows Gavin Lee to get back on the ball. Gavin Lee off to Evan Nyland. Evan Nyland trying to turn onto the right hand side. Can he punish the goalkeeper here in this instance? And Evan Nyland can do that. Good score by Evan Nyland, his 7th point of the contest, 2nd from play, but Éanna Murphy got punished for maybe not finding his man with that delivery outfield.
He did. In fairness to Colin Flynn, he did everything to hold him off on his left hand side. He did very, very well, but Nyland, great score on the right.
12 points to 8. Clarinbridge suddenly are 4 points up. Gavin Lee moves it quickly inside looking for Josh Ryan, but dealt with well back there by Kevin McHugo. Out he comes, tries to get the hand pass off to the new man that's in now. That is Keith Dervin. Keith Dervin under pressure from Joshua Ryan. Again, Clarinbridge get the numbers to it. Liam Lean is in there. Cian Donoghue's just waiting out the back if anything comes about there, but the ball had the signal. First of all goes to Conor Gardner that they can return. The blood substitution can be reversed, and Conor Quinlan is going to restart play with a throw in just inside the 65 metre line. 12 points to 8 Clarinbridge lead. 12 minutes into the second half. They have won the last 3 meetings with Tommy Larkins. They are now putting a foot on the next one, you would think, as Kevin McHugh coming out of the fence is fouled, and that's going to be a free downfield.
It might be worth Tommy's maybe to start moving the ball a little bit more now. I know they're trying to keep possession alive, but probably push in their full forward line and try and get the ball in there sooner. And
they need a score, Andy. They haven't scored in the second half.
Half, and it's territory as much as anything else, and get that ball into the danger zone and have a go at it in there.
Absolutely. 13 minutes gone. Has the rain eased a bit? Tom, the cameraman beside me, is nodding with a kind of a look of thanks be to God it has. The breeze is still a factor, but it's still only a 4-point ball game. A score here for Larkins can suddenly ignite a bit of momentum for them too, Andy.
Exactly, they'll kick yet and they will get going. It's just that they would have rather it been sooner, but the time is ticking away. They can't afford to let this gap go any further than 4 points from now on, so this is very, very important.
Now, what does Éanna do here? He's inside his own 65 metre line. Does he go for it? It's going to drop in around the house. Flynn is in there, Gardner's in there. The ball hits the deck, but the only man that's first to react to it is TJ Brennan. TJ Brennan gets it out to Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy robbed though by Conor Gardner. Gardner then is dispossessed well by TJ Brennan. Out comes TJ, good play by him, the full back. Gets the hand pass off to Conor Lee. Conor Lee hand pass off to David Lee, who goes running again from these deep lying positions. And he's been a huge outball man for Clarinbridge all day. Was he fouled? There he is. We go back for the free. Again, a free that probably didn't need to be given away. And I'd say, Andy, if you stop the second half now and looked at it from Tommy Larkin's point of view, there's a number of things that are just not falling into place for them.
Would you have to kind of give, in that situation there, I have to give credit to Clarinbridge. They've Sean Murphy again for me is just he's very, very quick there. He's to tidy up anybody for the back line. They carried it very, very well up the far side there all the way. And
David Lee's doing a lot of work like that, hasn't he?
Super work. Super carrying the ball, very comfortable carrying the ball in such conditions under pressure. And again, like that's where we're questioning about the decision of having to give such a rash foul. He's still 60 yards out from goals. He's not going to hit it with someone behind him chasing. So that foul is not needed at that point. And of course, it's Evan Island standing over.
Standing 2 or 3 steps in from the sideline. Good to hear that his younger brother Aaron is on the road to recovery after the operation on the hamstring, and that's the point to prove the point, if you like. His 8th point of the day, coming from his total tally is 8 points now, but that score has suddenly put the Bridge 5 up, Andy, 13-8.
Daylight, on a day like today, if you want to put it that way. But I would nearly be happy enough to say from now on, anything that Evan Ireland stands over, he's going to nail it. So they just have to cut that.
Conor Nevin hasn't controlled that ball. He's been robbed by Mark Kennedy. Mark Kennedy gets it out to Cian Donoghue. Cian Donoghue tries to step inside 2 or 3 would-be challenges, gets it back. Gavin Lee gets his hand on the ball. Gavin Lee, he's now getting a load of space to hit a shot off the left-hand side. Another score given away by the men of Tommy Larkins, coming out with the ball, and the point goes over the bar from Gavin Lee. That's point number 5 for Gavin Lee. You cannot make mistakes like that on a day like this.
No, and it's you'd have to say, me Hodgson, who looking in for the line there, is saying that there is something in Gavin Lee for definite for the year, because he's nailing his chances. He's very, very dangerous.
14-8, 15 and a half minutes gone. Larkins have yet to score in the second half. They led by 8-7 at half time. They now trail by 14-8 as the puck out again lost, and it's on to Gavin Lee again, who's getting a woeful amount of freedom, but Kevin McHugh, despite being on his knees, stops the ball initially. Again, Clarinbridge commit to the ruck. Mark Kennedy is in there. Well won though by the Larkins man to the midfielder Conor Hanley, and Conor Hanley is fouled. Larkins, I keep reiterating it, they need a score to restart their game here.
I think Kevin McHugh is playing at 2 kg. He needs to get out there on Gavin Lee straight away. He won that ball again there, and he's carrying it forwards towards Tommy's goal. So it's
Jason Flynn hit a long high free there they really hadn't the numbers inside from that free one. Probably you would say that Conor Garden himself were probably 2 lads you'd like to have seen in under that ball.
To be in there. So I think Kevin McHugh, for me, that point again, Kevin McHugh needs to push out on Gavin Lee now. He's causing too much trouble under very little pressure. Really, he's not too tight for him.
Yeah, Conor Hanley seems to be picking him up now as TJ Brennan gets ready to take the free, with McHugh dropping back behind as a kind of a floating 6 behind. Colin Flynn goes up, takes that ball down in the half back line. Larkins just need a score, you think, to try and reignite the fire in the bellies. And out comes Conor Hanley. Good play by Hanley this time. Gets the pass off then to Colin Flynn. Colin Flynn under the sand. Plays a better ball up for Cian Duggan. Cian Duggan and Sean Murphy have had a fair old battle all day, but you'd have to say the Clarinbridge man is winning the duel so far. He goes back with a quick line ball to Dylan Dunn. 1-2. Back to Sean Murphy again, who looks upfield and goes from the 4 corner over to the 10 wing forward position. Diagonal switch. Evan Nyland tries to get a touch inside, but Cian Daniels got back and got his hand on the ball. Tries to burst his way out through the fence. Goes back to McHugh. McHugh then picks out Ronan Murphy, and Ronan Murphy goes past the halfway line, taking on and getting the foul from Cian Donoghue. Then lays it off then to Daniels. Daniels off to Jason Flynn. Jason Flynn bearing down on goal. Jason Flynn pulled down by TJ Brennan. My God. If we were in black car territory, it'd nearly be 2 of them. But TJ Brennan's fully pulling down TJ Brennan in that instance, just when, for once, well-worked move by Larkins, they seem to have opened a scoring channel.
They did. They had the advantage, and they seemed to have, the further they went, they were going away from that advantage, so Jason had to carry it at that point, and very, very wide from TJ Brennan. I suppose he's going to take that yellow and say, right, eliminate that danger and give away this free. So it looks like Tommy's first score into the second half.
Is there only one scoring chance for Tommy Larkins in this second half?
This is their second here now,
Right, yellow for TJ Brennan. Do you ever do anything like that as a full-back, pulling down a lad going in, Andy?
Not that I can remember anyway, unless might have camera somewhere, but no.
Yeah, Tom was fine, and he said he has some footage here of it, so we might see it later on. As Jason gets the first score of the second half for Tommy Larkins. It comes on the 18th minute of the second half, brings it back to 14-9. Can that ignite them now?
It has to. They have to get going. The time is gone.
TJ Brennan, long high ball down the field, knocked away by Nevin, comes out to Gavin Lee, then into David Lee. He's on his own here. He's going to pass the ball across to Josh Ryan. He probably should have put it over the bar. Evan Nyland tries to go down and can't pick it up, and out comes Nevin with the ball a let off there for Tommy Larkins. Can they build on it now as they work the ball upfield? Conor Slattery, as that ball breaks away, so Derek Duggan, I should say, was on the ball, as the men of Clarinbridge look like they could be going to the bench, and Keane Salmon could be about to come in for the Clarinbridge men. Line ball to be taken by Colin Flynn. Conor Gardner standing over it. 14 points to 9, 19 minutes in. As table toppers in their championship group, beating St. Thomas's in that second game. And Larkins are probably saying to themselves, we need something in this last 10 or 11 minutes, don't we?
They can do it. It's just the belief to get it out now at this point, and they've had a flat start to the second half, so they need to just throw caution to the wind here and go for it.
Colin Flynn's ball upfield from that line ball was well won back there by Cian Donoghue. Cian Donoghue hand pass to TJ Brennan, and TJ Brennan, there was a foul I think spotted, was it Conor Slattery? Yeah, yellow card, and again a cheap free given away. Yeah, it was a Derek Duggan, I think.
Like Clarinbridge were by no means easily coming out with that ball. They were under some pressure at least. They were doing well to that point, but
again, you're giving the initiative back, aren't you?
Easy. It's too easy to get a free strike out of the back.
And credit to Clarinbridge, they're managing this well now.
They're very comfortable, very comfortable.
14 points to 9. Of course, we know that Clarinbridge have been county finalists in 2021. As we said, their aim is today to get to their third semi-final in the last 4 years. They know what this knockout hurling is about. Of course, perennial winners at underage, as Kevin McHugh tries to get the ball out there to Ronan Murphy, who seems to be very deep, up to Conor Gardner, who's also back in his own half of the field. Hand pass off to Ronan Murphy. Ronan Murphy very close to the sideline. The Larkins are looking for a free. Nothing coming over there though. Ball breaks and Gavin Lee goes down, tries to get into his hand. Did well to pick that ball under difficult conditions, though he's surrounded, and Larkins win the ball back, but again just send it upfield. And there on splendid isolation is Cian Donoghue. Cian Donoghue on the 65 metre line can go inside one would-be tackle, get it off to Sean Kilduff. Kilduff off the right hand side, striking in towards the goal, but it goes to the wrong side of the post and wide.
Good work from Jason Flynn there now. But I have to say, Cian Donoghue very, very composed on the ball there, very happy with it in his hand. Steps back inside and lays a lovely ball off to Kilduff, but good tackle from Flynn.
Clarinbridge, that was only their second wide of the game. 8 for Tommy Larkins. There could be a story in that as well, as Ronan Murphy very deep goes upfield with the ball. Sean Murphy out ahead again of Cian Duggan. Super. He's been brilliant all day. Sean Murphy, he wins the free. He's winning that duel, and I think as well as that, you'd have to say that Larkins, there needs to be a bit fire. Again, your point, Ronan Murphy's very deep. Conor Gardner stage is deep. You need to push up now.
You do. They're
threats.
Yeah, they're threats, and there's no point Ronan Murphy being in the middle of that ruck there clearing that ball. He has to be on the receiving end of that or out in the space where the ball comes to. But even that tackle there from Jason Flynn, he needs to tackle much better in that situation there where the ball has been carried by Clarinbridge. It's just too easy to do that, and Evan Nyland, here he comes again.
Yeah. And if the one thing probably you would be saying in the dressing room at half time, you can't be giving Evan Nyland opportunities on place balls. Conor Quinlan is going over to see the man that's down. I think it's a Clarinbridge player that's down over there, is it? As the breeze continues to howl here in Kenny Park and Athenry.
Possibly Gavin Lee maybe down.
Gavin Lee, that's down, yeah. Clarinbridge won't want to lose him, but he's back on his feet. The man, of course, who hurled for Skippon with the University of Galway earlier on the year. And here comes Cian Salmon, and Cian Salmon, a different threat. Big man in the edge of the square, Andy. He's going to cause his own trouble.
This is a different kind of approach now for the Tommy's full back line, because he's a good kind of outlet, good target man there in the full forward line. So it'll be interesting to see now how Clarinbridge do actually decide to use him.
Yeah, it looks like it's Josh Ryan is the man that's been taken off. So the free on his own 65 metre line with the breeze behind him is one Evan Nyland. 14 points for Clarinbridge, 9 points for Tommy Larkins. 22 minutes 39 seconds gone on a day with the rain sheeting down here in Kenny Park and Athenry. The breeze behind Evan Nyland as he strikes it. That one goes to the wrong side of the post and wide. That's their third wide. I think they've had 2 wides in the last 2 minutes. Is there a kick in Tommy Larkins? 5 points is the margin. Ian Murphy gets ready then to take the puck out, looking left and right, and then just as he hit it, I think they want to introduce a sub of their own. Yeah, Cian Duggan is the man I think that's going to be called ashore, and Keith Dervin is coming into the contest.
Yeah, Tommy's just have to go for it now, Sean. From here, the time is pretty much up.
Yeah. So Conor Gardner looks like he's going to go into the edge of the square. Conor Slattery has gone in there with him. So Ian Murphy with the puck out. 14 points to 9, his team trail. The Galway County goalkeeper, of course, gets ready and strikes the ball. Goes to the half-forward line on top of Jason Flynn. Jason breaks it down for Colin Flynn. Ball hits the deck. Who's onto it? Again, the referee spotted an infringement there. I think he's going to throw it in. Yeah. Like the margin, it's a big margin in one way, Andy, 5 points, but it's not insurmountable.
It's not, considering how kind of flat Tommies have been in the second half. If they had even played to half their capabilities in the last 24 minutes, they'd be 2-point game and free for all. Then from there, anything could happen. But now with their form and the way they're going, it's very hard to see a turnaround, because considering Clarinbridge are so comfortable.
And they do look comfortable, don't they? And they look structured, they look organised, they know what they're at.
They are. TJ is steady out there.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Dylan Dunn at 6.
Sean Murphy has been immense all day for me, definitely. And then Gavin Lee across the half Ireland here. Evan Ireland has been very, very good. Anthony stood over pretty much. He's nailed. And he's a constant threat as well too. So look, they are comfortable. Player
restarts them with a throw-in ball inside the 65-metre line. Kind of a ball you think that Larkins need to win. They go down over in the numbers. Again, rook ball nearly sprayed out of it. Clarinbridge have managed to kick it out. Liam Dean tries to go down and pick it up. Ball still alive. Whoever wins this one, it'll be nearly like a score, because it's a long time going on. Oisin Salmon ends on the deck. Jason Flynn involved there, but we play on though. The ball won by Hanley. Conor Hanley gets it out to Darren Duggan. Darren Duggan, long ball in towards great catch by Conor Gardner. Ends up on the deck. If we're playing the free, it's going to be a free in. There's a little bit of afters there that the crowd certainly saw. It'll be interesting to see, will Conor Quinlan go back for that?
Yeah, there was plenty of mixing going on there now. The ball came out of that big ruck, and a bit of work there for Oisin Salmon, kind of still down, and Jason Flynn was involved as well. But look at Tommy's, they seem to have a bit of life in them, so still good catch by Conor Gardner. So look at,
you see, if you score this, you're back to 4, like, you know.
Back to 4 with a puck out to come straight down you and turn that back again and off you go. So
I'd say 4.5 minutes of normal time. I'm sure there'll be a few of additional time. Phelan McCann looks like he's going to come in to play the last few minutes for Clarinbridge. Clarinbridge right now, just looking up to the other side of the field, have Keane Salmon, who's nearly in marking the goalkeeper, and Evan Nyland seems to be the two-man attack. In fact, they've only 3 forwards inside the other half of the field. As Jason Flynn stands over this free, Paul Fahy has come out to talk to Conor Quinlan. And I'd say, on the word of the linesman here, Conor Quinlan is calling over someone. Is it from Tommy Larkins he's looking for, or is he calling over the other linesman? Yeah, David Earls. Yeah, he's talking to David Earls as well. So he's spoken to the 2 linesmen. I'd say Jason Flynn is saying, lads, will you just let me put it over the bar and we try and save our championship season?
Flattens it a small bit now. You'd want to get that over the bar quick and get going fast. It's probably going to be Jason, I think, once he gets the free, or maybe before it. Could be getting the colour.
Is he going to get a card and a free? Yeah, he picks up the yellow card, So, yellow card then for the free taker before he takes the free, as Andy said. So, Jason hit it with a trajectory that seemed to be going lower, but he puts it over the bar. 6 point of the day for Jason Flynn. 1 from play.
Seemed to be very close as he hit that free.
Yeah, it did, He didn't go back for it because I suppose it went over the bar. Phelan McCann comes in, and the man that's been taken off is Sean Kilduff. So 17 for 8 for the men of Clarinbridge. We're back to a 4-point game, Andy.
4-point game. Kilduff did very, very well there, I have to say, Sean, in the middle of the field there. He went through a lot of ball today.
Yeah. Aaron Bindon with the puck out, goes along to his half forward line. The ball hits the deck, goes on to Mark Kennedy, was trying to break onto the break ball. Conor Nevin goes down over it. Vital ball. I just said the next few balls are going to be vital in this game. Clarinbridge lead by 4. They want to get back into the county semi-final. Won though well by Conor Hanley. Conor Hanley after Keane Daniels, who drops it. In then goes David Lee. Can't quite bring it to hand as well. In fairness, for people listening to us and watching us, the conditions are very difficult here in the rain-sodden Kenny Park in Athenry, as Mark Kennedy does well to get away with that ball. Then he's stopped by Cathal Toohey. Ball comes back to Oisin Salmon. In comes Darren Duggan. You get the impression, Andy, this ball is crucial. Goes back and it's won by Ronan Murphy. Changed the hand pass well and got it out there to Kevin McHugh. Runs into a bit of traffic and now gets some open country. Goes in low to Conor Slattery. Knocks it out in front of him, Conor Slattery. I think he got the opening point of the game. He's half blocked down though, and it's won then by Oisin Salmon, who was fouled by Conor Slattery. Free downfield. Another player down on this side of the field. Looks to be a Tommy Larkins player, but there's one team that kind of has a grip on this game, Andy, isn't there?
Tommy's did well out of that ruck to win it, to carry it. Great carry from McHugh. But unfortunately, when Conor Slattery got it, there was no support there, so he kind of had no options, and his strike was eventually blocked, and the chances kind of gone for Tommy's there now.
I suppose for Tommy Larkins, when you consider they were knocking around the relegation efforts last year. 4 goals scored in the championship, 4 conceded, no goals today for either team thus far. It's 14 points to 10. when you look at the score during the week, you say, God, that was a low-scoring game, but you have to take into account the conditions. You know, I mean, Clarinbridge, for instance, they've scored most goals in this championship. They've 8 got, Andy. So, like, you know, you're looking at the conditions both teams have played. No Aaron Nyland, no Mikey Fallon, Alan Armstrong, Shane Ryan, still on the injured list for Clarinbridge.
But every game on its own merits too, Sean, because Tommy's had a great performance against St. Thomas's earlier on in the year, but that's long gone, unfortunately, and today is a totally new game. So it's much the same with our own ourselves in Gort. We had a great performance against Tommy's, and you know, against Thomas's ended up going to relegation, the same kind of idea. So it's a new day. And
Evan Island pops the free over the bar from his own 65-metre line, his 9th point of the contest. So 9 points for Evan Island out of Clarinbridge's 15, 10 points for Tommy Larkins. 29 minutes and a half played. Larkins are going to have to come with something big, and they're going to have to come pretty quickly. 3 minutes of additional time left as Ronan Murphy gets on the ball, gets it infield towards Conor Slattery. 4 minutes, in fact, is the signal. Back to Ronan Murphy. Ronan Murphy goes in again towards Conor Gardner, but the men of Clarinbridge have 2 men. TJ Brennan contested with Gardner, and Dylan Dunn was behind him when the ball broke. Cathal Toohey on the ball in the half-back line now for Tommy Larkins. Gets the hand pass away to Colin Flynn. Colin Flynn being fouled there by Liam Lean. And Larkins needs to get it upfield, Andy, and pretty lively. Colin Flynn, I think, gains a few more yards there because he threw it up in front of the Clarinbridge man, and the referee, Conor Quillan, brings the free upfield. Kevin McHugh they need a goal, Andy.
Jason Flynn and Conor Gardner in there now, so it's Route 1.
In around the house, up towards Jason Flynn. Doesn't catch it, the ball breaks. Conor Gardner tries to get onto it. Might break out here for Conor Slattery, who went over the ball. TJ Brennan goes down on it for Clarinbridge, and well played by TJ Brennan. Then thought about lowering it up the field, but puts a more measured ball out to Christy Bannon. Off to Conor Lee. Excellent play by Clarinbridge, working that ball safely out of defence. Bannon then goes long, goes upfield. Cathal Toohey again will win this foot race with Keane Salmon. Fouled, is he, by Keane Salmon? We'll take the free out, and Éanna Murphy will come out. We have 1 minute of the 4 played. Clarinbridge go to the bench again. Into the game comes Christy Brennan, who had played intermediate hurling for most of this year. Another guy that'll be delighted to back into the scene. And the man that's coming off is Cian Donoghue. So Cian Donoghue comes in, 5 points in the ball game, 15-10. Something has to happen now, and do you feel?
Yeah, it has to be a big turn for Tommy's now at this stage to get anything from the game.
Yeah, Éanna Murphy goes across the field to Owen Nevin. He goes up then to Colin Flynn. Now Colin Flynn in the half-forward line, striking a long high ball in towards the goal. Colin Flynn, that goes wide. You'd have to say, not the ball. You know, you need to keep it alive. It
has to be drilled into the edge of the square and go for it at this stage. It's a very big waste.
Yeah, that's disappointing now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he'll know it. Look, he knows. They'll all know it. Like. But the margin is 5 points. Clarinbridge 15 points. Tommy Larkins 10. 31-48 played in the clock. Clarinbridge looked to be on the way to the county semi-final. Great catch by Keane Salmon out in the half-forward line. Lays it off then to Christy Brennan. Christy Brennan striking off the right in towards the goal. Will that get in? No, it won't. It'll come on the outside of the post. I think that's the 4th wide of the day for Clarinbridge. Larkins will rue those 9 wides. We'll play 32 minutes. 5-point ball game. 15-10. Éanna Murphy goes long with this puck out, down on top of Darren Duggan. Ball breaks, pulled along the ground by Conor Gardner, into Conor Slattery. Conor Slattery on the ball in the half-forward line, plays a nice little ball now into Ronan Murphy. Ronan Murphy's going to have to straighten his run and come in along the 13-metre line. Ronan Murphy looks across the face of the goal, tries to get across to Jason Flynn, but back there minding the house is Gavin Lee. Clarinbridge have a lot of numbers back there, and Christy Brennan drives it out the field again. Under it is Phelan McCann. Ball breaks. Mark Kennedy keeps it alive for Clarinbridge, who are seeing this deal out very well, it has to be said. Conor Slattery under pressure, slips the hand pass inside. Conor Hanley is trying to get on the ball for Tommy Larkins. Eventually it's picked up there by the Keith Dervin, and the linesman and the referee coordinate. I think it's going to be a free in for Tommy Larkins. We have played 33 minutes in the contest. That would mean there will be 1 minute left. 15 points to 10. Kevin McHugh, you know where this has to go, Andy.
Yeah, it's
free on the halfway line.
Hail Mary with it as well, Sean.
Yeah.
So it's,
and an OV night. In towards the goal, Gavin Lee puts up the ball didn't even reach the goal. It only reached the semicircle area as Larkins tried to keep it alive. Nevin goes down on the ball. Larkins do well to keep it alive there, and off goes Owen Nevin again. It's done well for Tommy Larkins, in fairness. Gets it off to Conor Gardner, won't quite come up. He loses the hurl. It's been that type of a day for Tommy Larkins, as the men of Clarinbridge on the ball again to Evan Island. Evan Island drives downfield. There is no Clarinbridge forward inside the 45-metre line. You and me surviving that full back line, Well, you would anyway. Darren Duggan upfield tries to get it infield to Colin Flynn. We have played 33:56 on the clock. Colin Flynn is fouled, going to be free in. 5 points between them. 15 points for Clarinbridge. 10 points for Tommy Larkin in the incessant rain here in Kenny Park and Athenry. Colin Flynn is inside the 45-metre line. He was looking across the field. Colin, one place to go now, and that's into the goal mouth. Knocked out though by Conor Lee on the 20-metre line. Again, that free didn't go into the danger area. There goes the full-time whistle, and we have the first team into the semi-finals. It's the men of Clarinbridge, who were back in their third semi-final in 4 years after playing in their sixth quarter-final in 10 years today. And Andy, you'd have to say, on a final scoreline of 15 points for Clarinbridge, 10 points for Tommy Larkins, the best team won.
It was just that 10-15 minutes in the second half that Clarinbridge just settled and kept doing what they were doing, and kind of Tommy's just failed to kind of get going once the ball was thrown in again, and they'll be very, very disappointed with that performance now.
2 points is all they scored in the second half.
That's it, yeah. And you have to take the equation of the weather out of it.
And 2 frees, as Niall says, nothing from play.
The weather is the weather. It's bad for both teams. You have to take that away from it. They'll have to be very disappointed with their performance. Their wide count, taking their chances when they had them, and just not enough of them kind of imposing themselves on the game. So it's a big disappointment again for Tommy's.
It is. So that's the end of what has been a fairly interesting first game here in sense of the terrible weather conditions in Kenny Park and Athenry. Next up is the clash of the neighbours. Sarsfield's taking on Capatagal. That's coming up. You can watch it on Galway GATV. You can listen to it on Galway FM as well. But from Andy and Niall and myself, Sean, here from the counter position in Kenny Park and Athenry, the first game is over. It's a deserved victory for Clarinbridge. They're into the county semi-final. Clarinbridge 15 points, Tommy Larkins 10. To catch that ahead of TJ Brennan striking in well to Henley. Then he's overturned Keane Dunham. I think we're playing an advantage here. Referee is giving Gavin Lee a free shot at the post. Gavin Lee puts it high. Gavin Lee says it was slightly too high, but lovely takedown. Evan Nyland wants to get it on the left hand side and get it over the bar. Evan Nyland striking in. The goalkeeper's adamant it's inside to Ronan Murphy. Ronan Murphy's winding himself up for this shot, gets a good purchase on it, gets a good strike, but it's gone inside the post. Evan Nyland wants to get this on the left. Now he goes back to Mark Kennedy. Suddenly it's the ocean of space. Mark Kennedy should pop it over the bar. Went through the centre forward, absolutely crucial, as Gavin Lee was well to catch that ball away from the sideline. He goes down that wing forward position. That's a lovely strike, and that's a lovely score now with Owen Nevin. Lose the hurl, goes back with the pass though to Gavin Lee. Gavin Lee, good strike in towards the post. The umpire looks, and the umpire is seems like he's going to move away from players with his ease. He's past the 20-metre line, going inside. Jason Flynn off the stick, and a lovely score by Spears. Well, I guess the shortest broke out from Aidan Murphy, goes down the side of the field. Lovely take and turned away by Conor Gardner off the right hand side. Lovely bit of play. I love it. Gets great purchase, and that's going to go all the way. What a score by Aidan Murphy. Back line, and then plays the ball inside, looking for Gavin inside. Gavin getting away from Cathal too. He gets it onto the left hand side, striking, lovely strike. Back on the ball, Gavin Lee off to Evan Nyland. Evan Nyland trying to turn onto the right hand side. Can he punish the goalkeeper here in this instance? And Evan Nyland can do that.
QFinancial.ie got the price and advice for me.
Pension auto-enrolment will soon be introduced. This means that all full-time workers over the age of 23 earning more than €20,000 per year must contribute to a pension, and employers must contribute. What are those pension entitlements, and is there independent advice available? The Q Financial Pension Team are experienced in advising both employees and employers of the positive and affordable options available for your situation. Call 091 421 900 or log on to qfinancial.ie.
Q Financial, qfinancial.ie.
Based in Clare, Galway, OMA Financial Services Limited, trading as qfinancial.ie, is an authorised independent pension intermediary regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
We redefine your relationship with energy, save you money, and get you on the path to a cleaner, greener future. JFW Renewables, your nationwide solar energy specialists. Call us today.